In our 90-day temporary care program, we serve a lot of clients who are facing a lot of different types of crisis, whether it be homelessness or illness or domestic violence. Especially now with COVID, we are seeing an increase of folks needing hospitalization or facing eviction or foreclosure. So we do have a lot of folks who are reaching out to us needing all sorts of different things. Cindi came to us and her story is a little bit more unique.
Kind of long story short, I've been a functioning alcoholic for about 6 or 7 years, and I had done a job and I was able to pay my bills, but it kind of just slowly got worse and worse and worse. So in March, I realized I wasn't going to be able to keep paying for the apartment that I was in, and I didn't have enough money saved to move into a new apartment, pay all the deposits, all of that. So I had a couple months before that, to kind of figure out what I was going to do. So I just kind of started Googling around and seeing if there are any places that would allow me to keep my cats, and I found a Lost Our Home shelter. So I reached out to you guys, and it was all super fast and quick and wonderful. I think it was about a week between when I reached out to Lindsay, the temporary care coordinator, and when I brought my cats in.
She came in, we reassured her we would be able to help her. Her cats would have a safe place to stay. She could go get the treatment she needed, work through her addiction, and find a new place to live and get her life back on track.
That was super emotional, just knowing that it was obviously a rough time. I was leaving my apartment, not knowing where I was going, so it was really emotional. And then giving my cats up, even for a temporary amount of time, was super emotional. But everyone was great, everyone was very supportive and wonderful, and they kind of put me at ease a lot more than I would have been in any other circumstance, because they made sure I knew, you're gonna get your cats back, you're gonna be fine, they're gonna be taken care of, you don't need to worry about them. So it gave me a certain level of comfort.
Marley was in perfect health. Beautiful cat, would have no trouble fitting in a foster home and spending her time here with us. Betty, on the other hand, was older. She was very ill. Unfortunately, on that day when Cindi was already going through so much, she had to make the difficult decision to put her beloved cat down. Luckily, we had our traveling vet here with us. We don't have a permanent vet here on staff, but our vet was visiting, and they were able to do a private euthanization for Betty.
It was a very emotional time, kind of getting myself back on track and saving money and getting help with the alcoholism, which I've been sober for almost 7 months now, so that's great. But it was super emotional, but again, I always just kind of had that reassurance, because my cat at that time, losing one of my cats was hard enough, but losing both of them would have been just devastating for me. So just kind of knowing that she was safe was great, and it took a level of concern off of my mind so that I didn't have to worry about that and was able to focus on myself. And so it made that kind of emotional journey that much easier for me.
Getting Marley back was the only thing Cindi cared about. So she worked hard, she saved up her money, she found a new apartment, she battled her demons, she worked through her addiction.
I just really want to let everyone know how the extent that Lost Our Home helped me in every aspect. They, down to helping me with cat carriers. I borrowed cat carriers because I couldn't afford to buy them and I didn't have them. So just to transport my cats back and forth, they lent me cat carriers. They found me the shelter that I lived in. They found a foster home for my cat, and then when she wasn't in the temporary foster, she was here. They provided safe space for her. The social worker kind of checked up on me constantly, sent me links for housing that I could potentially go to, sent me links for alcohol resources. Just kind of, I think that Lost Our Home was the main thing that really facilitated all of the other pieces falling into place for me. So I'm so grateful for that.